This hour for you on Daybreak, we'll tell you about the unanimous decision Nixa City Council made about the mask ordinance at its meeting last night.
And more school districts are releasing their back-to-school plan amid the coronavirus pandemic. What plans school districts around the area hope to have in place for the fall.
Also, Missouri Governor Mike Parson was in town yesterday. We'll talk about how he plans to keep the state safer from violent crimes. The details on that and more, all this hour for you here on Daybreak.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Today is Tuesday, July 21st. I'm Jennifer Abreu.
And I'm Joe Morano. Still thinking about that story we just had. If you missed it, about the 4-mile-long hopscotch game that people in San Francisco are trying to make.
Yeah, I like that idea, and they are 90% done. And I was saying, I hope they get to finish it before it rains, and that people get to enjoy it.
Okay, yeah, I cut you off there at the end. I didn't even think about that. You got to have the sunlight, right?
Yeah, because if it rains, then it's all gone. And that's the thing; it's temporary. So I hope they get to set the record. We may have some showers, spotty showers here and there, so hopefully the same is true there, and it doesn't mess up their hopscotch.
Yeah, no, it will be spotty out there today. Couple of showers and storms possible. We're actually starting out dry this morning with temperatures in the 70s, so it's a warm and humid start. 73 degrees in Springfield with some southerly winds and dew points in the upper 60s and lower 70s. We're partly to mostly cloudy to start. You've got storms up to the north and west that are cutting around us right now. It is 77 degrees in Branson, 74 in Monette, and 73 degrees in Mountain Grove. Dew points in the upper 60s and lower 70s. So again, it's just a pretty thick start out there this morning, a little bit humid on that muggy meter map. So we'll have some mostly dry roads out there today. If you get one of those storms, it would have some locally heavy rain, so then the roads could be a little bit wet. As you fire up the grill, we'll have some scattered showers and storms by this afternoon, that chance in the evening, and then things stay pretty muggy. That high gets to around 90 degrees. With those storms, like yesterday, we've got a marginal severe risk. So we've got to talk about threats with that, and then the extreme heat coming back as we head into the weekend. Details on the hot stretch, plus a look back at how we've been doing so far for July. We'll take a look at the temperature and rain trend for the month. We'll do that coming up in 10 minutes.
New for you this morning. After a 4-hour meeting last night, Nixa City Council decided to vote down the masking ordinance proposal. This mandate was similar to the one currently in place in Springfield. The council introduced several amendments to the bill before hearing from the public about their opinions. We spoke to some of those in attendance that were both in support of and against this ruling.
We have a lot of protections in place from our public health right now that protects us from deadly illnesses, including tuberculosis, where we mandate treatment for people, and people are also placed in quarantine in those. And this is no different. It's just on a bigger scale because we're seeing it across the world.
I do not support it because I am in the firm belief that the government should not be telling you what you will and will not do with your body or put on your body. Is it constitutionally sound? Yes, it is. But it's also our constitutionally, First Amendment right to protest that and not wear them as well.
The vote was unanimous. Again, Nixa City Council voting against a masking ordinance for the city. The Springfield Greene County Health Department says 60 new cases announced yesterday is a new high mark for one day. These numbers are out as school districts are starting to release back to school plans. Superintendent Dr. Matt Teeter of Willard Public Schools says right now the district plans on starting in-person classes on August 24th while following Greene County guidelines when it comes to face coverings. 5th through 12th graders and staff are required to wear them, while students 4th grade or under will just be recommended to. Students will be grouped together to minimize cross-contamination and will be sent home if they're showing 2 or more COVID-19 symptoms. But there won't exactly be repercussions for those that opt not to wear one.
It's not about a judgment zone of, hey, you're wearing a mask, it's not. It's about keeping people as safe as possible and mitigating the risk. So we don't want this to be the topic of conversation. We want school to be the topic. Our goal is to love the entire child well. And to me, the more intrinsic motivation we can build in, it just creates the environment that I think is by far the healthiest.
These Willard school plans are preliminary. A full detailed plan should be released on August 7th.
The largest school district in Missouri, Springfield Public Schools, is set to announce its plans for the fall semester this Thursday. Leaders discussed possible changes at a board meeting last week. Some of the proposed changes include masking requirements for students and advanced registration for those looking to ride the bus. Once the plans are announced, we'll be sure to put those on our website. That's ozarksfirst.com.
Missouri State President Cliff Smart tweeted that he will be outlining the school's mask policy today. He shared this picture yesterday, reminding students of it. We'll be sure to give you those updates as we get them into our newsroom on this Tuesday.
In a developing story this morning, the St. Louis couple seen pointing guns at protesters last month are now facing charges. Patricia and Mark McCloskey are each facing 1 count of unlawful use of a weapon. The protesters were headed to the home of the mayor of St. Louis. The couple's attorney has said they're innocent. Missouri Governor Mike Parson has previously said he would pardon the McCloskeys. Missouri Attorney General Eric Schmidt is asking the court to dismiss this case, saying it infringes on Missourians' rights to bear arms and protect property.
I simply will not stand by while Missouri law is being ignored. That's why I'm entering this case and seeking the dismissal of this case to protect the rights of Missourians to defend themselves and their property under Missouri's Castle Doctrine. A political prosecution such as this one would have a chilling effect on Missourians exercising the right to self-defense. The law in Missouri is clear and must be protected.
A statement from St. Louis Circuit Attorney Kimberly Gardner says that their actions were an attempt to, quote, chill through intimidation and will not be tolerated.
In some political news for you today, Missouri Governor Mike Parson was in Springfield to discuss violent crime. Last week, he announced a special session in Jefferson City to address alarming crime rates in the state. Parson touched on some of what he wants to get done. That includes having more officers on the streets in the St. Louis area, making adjustments to the witness protection program, and making it possible for juveniles to be tried as adults for charges of unlawful use of a weapon and armed criminal action.
We're not talking about traffic violations. We're not talking about misdemeanors. We're not talking about minor felonies. We're talking about violent criminals. We're talking about the worst of the worst.
The special session that the governor called will begin next Monday in Jeff City.
More than 2 years ago, Mike Parson and First Lady Teresa Parson moved into the governor's mansion. The couple still has their farm in Bolivar, but spend most of their time living inside the people's house. The governor's mansion has 3 floors and a basement where the staff works. The first floor is open for tours, showcasing the state's history. The First Lady says besides what's in the house, sharing its beauty with visitors is by far her favorite.
This house, it is our history. It is our past, and hopefully it's around a long time for our future.
The First Lady says they are still allowing visitors inside the mansion, but are limiting the number in groups.
We're starting out with some dry roads in Springfield. You've got sunshine at that red light on the Caller 10 Live Drive. We'll have some scattered showers and storms this afternoon with a marginal severe threat. Details on this coming up right after the break.
From Caller 10 Ozarks First, Jennifer Abreu, Joe Morano, and weather with meteorologist Elisa Raffa. This is Caller 10 News Daybreak.